students, I hope you will be fine, safe and happy. You know that we have started 2.4 lesson, the fall of Troy part 2. And the previous lecture we have completed page number 45. Okay, till this page we have learned that the Greek people did not run away so far. Okay, but they were near about the Troy city and they had not sailed far. Okay, they were hidden by an island. Okay, and in the night they came nearby city, and in Troy city they had put a wooden horse, a big wooden horse. Okay, and that those people who were in the wooden horse signaled those Greek people, and Greek people came and the whole Greek army entered into the sleeping city. Okay, the city was sleeping. The Trojan people were sleeping because Trojan people thought that the Greek people had run away and they had won the war. Okay, and so they celebrated the whole day, and in the night they slept peacefully, they slept soundly, and Greek people entered, and immediately Greeks set fire houses and towers and palaces and began to burn and kill. Okay, as soon as Greek army entered into sleeping city Troy, they started burning, they started firing houses, towers, palaces. They began to burn all these things and kill people. Okay, तो उन्होंने आते ही सबको आग लगाना और सबको मारना शुरू किया. पेज नंबर 45 पे हमने देखा था. Now see on page number 46. First paragraph. The Troy was filled with the sight of leaping flames and sound of shouting and the noise of weapons and the cries of weeping women. The Troy was filled with sight of leaping, scene of leaping flames, flames of fires, then sound of shouting. Trojan people started shouting because उन पर अटैक किया गया था जब वो नींद में थे. So the sound of shouting, the noise of weapons की आवाज आने लगे, लोग चिल्लाने लगे. Cries of weeping woman means crying woman. There was a sound of crying woman. Women started crying, people started shouting. Noise of weapons, flames, fire. सत्यानाश जिसे बोलते हैं सर्वनाश का समय उनका आ गया था और ये साउंड सुनाई देने लगे. The sleeping Trojans sprang out of their beds, but they were taken by surprise. The sleeping Trojans, the sleeping Trojan soldiers, the sleeping Trojan people, they came out suddenly of their beds, but they were taken by surprise. They were taken means they were shocked by surprise. Okay. Their enemies were right inside their walls, and many of the Trojans were killed before they could put on their armor and seize their weapons. Their enemies, Greek army, Greek people were inside the walls of Troy city. Okay, and many of the Trojan people killed in front of their eyes. Okay, in front of the eyes of Trojan soldiers, before they could put on their armor, before they could be ready for the war, before they could seize, before they could take their weapons, before they could seize their weapons, before they could be ready for the war, many Trojan people were killed. मतलब उनको वॉर के लिए तैयार होने का चांस ही नहीं मिला. उनकी आंखों के सामने, ट्रोजन सोल्जर्स की आंखों के सामने सब लोग मारे गए या ट्रोजन पीपल मारे जा रहे थे और वो कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे क्योंकि ये जो अटैक है वो अटैक अनएक्सपेक्टेड अटैक था. ओके, ग्रीक पीपल अनएक्सपेक्टेडली अटैक्ड ऑन ट्रॉय सिटी. ओके, नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ. A bright light lit up the night sky as palaces and houses, temples and towers went up in flames. Bright light, there was light in the night sky because palaces, houses, temples and towers, these things were on fire. These things were burning इन सबको आग लगाई गई थी, चाहे वो पैलेस हो, हाउस हो, टेंपल हो, टावर हो, कोई घर हो, all these things went up into flames. Flames mean fires. All these things were in fire. The Trojans fought as well as they could, but it was all in vain. The Trojans fought bravely. Okay, the Trojans fought bravely, but their fighting, their struggle was in vain. In vain means useless. उनका जो फाइटिंग था वो यूजलेस था, क्योंकि अब कोई मतलब ब्रेवली फाइटिंग करने का मतलब नहीं था, क्योंकि उनको चारों तरफ से घेर लिया गया था और उन पर अनएक्सपेक्टेडली अटैक किया गया था जब वो नींद में थे. सो द फोर्स, द फाइटिंग, द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द ट्रोजन्स वाज नॉट यूजफुल. Old King Priam was killed with all his brave sons. Hector's wife and his old mother and sister were carried off as slaves by conquerors. So Hector की जो wife थी या उनकी old mother, sister, all these women were carried off as slaves. गुलामों की तरह उनको घसीट कर ले जाया गया by the conquerors. Conqueror means winner. विनर ग्रीक जो सोल्जर्स थे, जो जिन्होंने युद्ध जीता था, वो कॉन्करर्स, वो हेक्टर की वाइफ हो या ओल्ड मदर, सिस्टर, सबको घसीट के ले गए. ओके, देयर फेट वाज इन कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू हेलेन्स व्हेन किंग मेनलस रश्ड थ्रू द सिटी looking for her and found her in her palace. Okay, so their fate, the fate of Hector's wife, the fate of his old mother and the fate of sister were in contrast. So their fate means luck. Their luck was in contrast, opposite to Helen. Helen का luck और उनका luck दोनों का opposite luck था, because Helen's, when King Menelaus rushed through the city, he ran through the city looking for her. Means King Menelaus was looking for Helen. He was searching for Helen and found Helen in her palace. जब वो हेलन को ढूंढ रहा था तो हेलन उसे एक पैलेस में मिली. She hung her head in shame and sorrow as she faced her former husband. Now King Menelaus कौन था? उसका former husband था. Helen eloped with Paris. Paris के साथ वो भाग गई थी. But when she saw her former husband, her previous husband, she felt very shameful. She felt very sorrowful, and she hung her head in shame and sorrow. मतलब शर्म से और दुख से उसका जो सर था वो सर झुक गया, शर्म से झुक गया. ओके, फॉर्मर हस्बैंड के सामने. Her voice was choked with emotion and she could not speak. Helen could not speak in front of her previous husband, her former husband. But Menelaus forgave her and she went back with him, for it was only Aphrodite who had turned her heart away from her home and her husband and her child. Okay, Menelaus forgave, the king Menelaus forgave Helen. Okay, forgave Helen, उसने माफ कर दिया हेलन को, and she went back with Menelaus. Menelaus के साथ वो चली गई. It was only Aphrodite. All this happened because of Aphrodite. What Aphrodite did? Aphrodite had turned Helen's heart away. He had turned her mind away from her home, from husband and from her child. मतलब वो Aphrodite था जिसने हेलन को उसकी हस्बैंड के अगेंस्ट हो या उसके चाइल्ड के अगेंस्ट उसका माइंड डाइवर्ट किया. तो माइंड डाइवर्जन का कारण था एफ्रोडिट, जिसके कारण उसका मन, हेलन का मन बदल गया था और वो पेरिस के साथ चली गई थी. ओके, लास्ट टू लाइंस. When morning came, nothing was left of the proud rich city that had resisted attack for 10 years. So till the morning there was nothing left of the proud rich city, Troy city. जिस ट्रॉय सिटी जिस ट्रॉय सिटी ने 10 साल तक ग्रीक पीपल के अटैक को रेजिस्ट किया था, ओके, अपोज किया था, उसका विरोध किया था, उस ट्रॉय सिटी में देयर वाज नथिंग लेफ्ट, ओके, मतलब ट्रॉय सिटी का सर्वनाश हो गया, ट्रॉय सिटी में कुछ भी नहीं बचा, ओके। सो इन दिस वे we have completed this lesson 2.4, okay, part 2, the fall of Troy means the defeat of Troy, okay. So page number 46, on page number 46 we have completed the lesson, and see on page number 47 there are some activities, English workshop as usual. First activity, find and write the Greek and Trojan names used in the story, part 1 and part 2. So Greek people and Trojan people like Homer, King Menelaus, Paris, Helen, Hector, Achilles. So these are the names of Greek people and Trojan people. Easy activity. Second, list all the words related to war from both parts of the story. War के related में जो words है, जैसे कि weapons हो, weapons, armor, then fought, okay, जो weapon जो war के related words है उसको find out करना है. Third activity, note the following constructions carefully and then use them to express your ideas. Example A, a horse is big enough to hold men inside it. Okay, so big enough को आपको मतलब दूसरे कंस्ट्रक्शन में ऐड करना है, जैसे कि an elephant is big enough to break down the wall or to break down the tree. I will repeat, an elephant is big enough to break down the tree. Very good. Next, B, the Greeks were tired of the long war. So tired of को आपको ऐड करके दूसरा सेंटेंस बनाना है, students were tired of lockdown. Okay, students were tired of lockdown, continuous lockdown, or students were tired of continuous exams. Okay, see, they are afraid of the long voyage home too. Afraid of, you have to add afraid of your own sentence. We were afraid of going to village, or we were afraid of to go to the schools. Okay, so इस तरह से आपको बाकी के सेंटेंस करने हैं. Activity 4, activity 4 में put the following events in order in which they took place, number them accordingly. मतलब आपको A to L इवेंट्स दिए गए हैं और उन इवेंट्स को आपको प्रॉपर्ली ऑर्डर करना है, मतलब पहला इवेंट, उसके बाद दूसरा, तीसरा, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ. ओके, सो इसमें पहला जो इवेंट है वो इवेंट है सी, द कनिंग ओडिसियस थॉट ऑफ अ प्लान. सो सी को आप नंबर फर्स्ट देंगे. सो सी फर्स्ट, कनिंग ओडिसियस थॉट ऑफ अ प्लान. उसके बाद सेकंड जो नंबर है वो है एफ, the Greeks built a big wooden horse. तो F को आएगा second. So F second. और थर्ड जो है वो आएगा उसके बाद में G, the great heroes hide inside the horse. So G को आएगा 3. So G 3. उसके बाद नंबर 4 जो है, नंबर 4 है D, the Greeks burnt their tents and sailed away. So D4. Okay, D4 and 5 जो है 5 I, the Trojans were happy to see the Greek ships go. So I को आएगा 5. I 5. Okay, और बाकी के एग्जांपल्स को आपको करना है. So we will move on page number 48. पेज नंबर 48 पे कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट एक्टिविटीज कुछ भी नहीं है. यहाँ आपको एक मैजिक ग्लासेस करके पैराग्राफ दिया गया है, एक स्टोरी दी गई है, एंड यू हैव टू कंप्लीट द स्टोरी विथ यूजिंग योर ओन इमेजिनेशन. सो रीड द स्टोरी एंड यूज योर इमेजिनेशन एंड कंप्लीट द स्टोरी गिवन ऑन पेज नंबर 48. Okay, so in this way we have completed all activities of 2.4 the lesson the fall of Troy. Okay, I hope you have understood the lesson and the activities. Okay, rest of the part we will learn in the next lecture. Thank you.